Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one. So today we are going to look at Mr. Michael Patterson. And you guys might remember him because he was in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And he was the one that lied and he said he was a cop. And then Casey asked him to like step out of the car and then show if he had a gun. Because he always said he had his gun on him at all times, right? And then he got like half tased. So he tries to go out the door and then they shoot him with the taser and only one prong sticks in him. So then he gets tased, like half tased, and then runs into the house just screaming like a banshee. And I actually think that they used his soundbite like for some of the future intros, you know? But yeah, so he was caught in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and guys, this is Bowling Green is one of my favorites because there's so many really memorable Pretos in there. And guys, I just want to say first that this guy really pisses me off. And I'm not anti-police, guys. I'm anti-bad police. I am pro-good police, right? And I say that the police are not your friends, but most of the time police are necessary, right? But they're not your friends. So you guys hear me say lawyer up. That's because the police are not your friends. Anything that you say can and will be used against you in a court of law, right? So nothing pisses me off more than someone like this guy who abuses the public trust, right? And apparently he was a cop at first, and then he was pulling people over off duty using fake lights on his car. Now, nothing good can come from that, you know? So he got kicked off the force or whatever, and then here he is lying again about being a lieutenant and all this stuff. And guys, this is public servants. We give them the privilege of working for the public. Our tax dollars pay them money, you know? And it's a privilege for them to serve us. We are their boss. And people like this guy have the nerve to abuse that. It just drives me crazy. But before we jump in the chat, guys, like and subscribe. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the recommendations and requests. So let's look at the Bowling Green, Kentucky house here real fast. Check this place out, guys. It's huge. Now, I can't find pictures of the inside, but yeah, this is a big house. So when they walk in the house, like, this is a big house. This is all yours, you know? So, but the chat, let me see. This chat is from October 20th. Yeah, so it's basically one day. So it's not like this poor Decoy had to sit and deal with this idiot for months and months at a time, which some of the chats do last months, guys. It's crazy. So he goes, he actually asks her, so this is the famous line that he also says to Chris Hansen. He says, only if you were 5 years older, ha ha ha, right? Before that though, he says, hi. She says, hi. 24, male, Indiana. You? She says, 13, female, Kentucky. He says, youngin'. She says, but I ain't a baby. He says, LOL. Why you say that? She says, I bet you think I am. He says, nah, NA. No one wants to talk to me because they think I'm a little kid or something. He says, they don't want to get in trouble, LOL. She says, I ain't gonna get anyone in trouble. Gee, this Decoy is pretty good. What do you think I ain't gonna get you in trouble to? I ain't a cop. I ain't with that stupid Dateline show. I ain't a baby. So the Decoy brings up TCAP. And this knucklehead still goes. You would think that he would be like, how would a 13-year-old know about Dateline? Something's fishy here. But this guy's an idiot. So he says, he goes, I'm old. She says, 24 is old? He says, yes. I didn't call you old. Why you say you old? I know. I don't think 24 is old. So then, let's scroll down here. They talk about their eyes. They talk about pets. You know what I'm saying? And then they exchange phone numbers. And I haven't been able to actually find the actual call, but I'm sure that it's out there somewhere. And then he goes, you ever did anything with a guy? She says, yeah, like what? Fooled around and stuff. I had a boyfriend before when I lived down in Pikeville. Now, I wonder if the Decoys have like a bad grammar class or something, because there's no way that I could actually type this badly on purpose. You know, I'm sure that they know how, but what I'm saying is this is just driving me nuts. But anyways, and then, you know, sex talk, blah, 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 you know. But then he says, send me some more pics. If I could drive, I would meet you. He goes, you're 5 hours away. She goes, so? He goes, damn. What else you gonna do? Nothing. Okay then. How you gonna come meet me? She goes, you can just come here, Heer. Not to your house. Why not? Your parents. My mom went to Nashville till Sunday. You are alone? Yeah. No, you're not. Why do you think I'm bored to death? Yeah, I am. Who you think is here? Heer. Nobody. That would be a long drive if you're playing with me. I promise I ain't. You can call me back. I can call you back. Whatever. Okay. I promise I'm not messing with you. What's your address? They put the address. My uncle owned the company that built this house. It's a big house, so don't freak out. Call me right now. And then so on the phone call, he actually talks to a decoy, and then they make plans to meet, and then off he goes. So guys, he drove 5 hours and across state lines too. So that's a big no-no. So let's just jump into this, guys. And thanks to Stacy Babs for posting this.
Raven says he's about 55 miles away.
At 7 p.m. on Saturday night, a perverted justice decoy starts chatting.
So this is the first time that I remember seeing Casey, the decoy. And to a lot of people, she's their favorite. But I like Emily, the one that I think her voice is probably the most iconic, like, out of all of them. That voice, that come on in, is probably the most, like, she has the most iconic soundbite voices from TCAP.
Online with a man from Indiana, 5.5 hours away from our undercover house in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
I figured, oh, there's no way this guy's going to come.
Calling himself John Raven 2000, he tells the decoy, who is posing as a 13-year-old, that he's 24 and says, I'm too old to do anything with you. But that doesn't last long. Soon after, the sex talk begins. He asks the decoy about her last boyfriend.
Did you him?
Yeah? Why you want to know that?
I just do.
'Kay. See, I ain't no baby.
Would you do it to me?
Would you want me to?
Yeah.
That narrator. Would you do it to me? They were like, all right, dude, we need you to sound as pervy as possible. Really lean into it. And action.
Yes.
Yeah, it would be cool to try stuff out. You're cute.
The chat continues for another 20 minutes. Then he gets in his car and starts driving. He's known the decoy for less than 2 hours. During the long drive, he talks to the decoy on the phone and reveals more about himself.
We just got off the phone with the guy who's claiming to be a cop. We don't know that he...
Dude, that's a BlackBerry. How many of you guys remember those? Yeah, guys, I saw a comment that someone likes my tangents about, like, do you remember those? But I was in college at the time. So I remember this. So this is my kind of like era, right? And remember when Blackberries were everywhere, and like you remember Jay-Z had that Blackberry commercial, and everyone had those. And this is like right before iPhones, and everyone's like, oh man. And then when the iPhone first came out, it didn't have any buttons, and everyone's like, oh no, the BlackBerry has buttons. I can't not have buttons, so.
He is, but he says he carries his gun everywhere with him.
So now we have to assume that John Raven 2000 is a police officer and he's armed.
The security people were really great in instructing me as to what to do, and the first and foremost important thing was the safety.
I think that Emily, she showed some personality during the investigations where she saw like Scooby-Doo was like, oh wow, But I really think Casey was really having fun like the whole time, which is why she's a lot of people's favorite. Like, she actually did these after interviews and really was like, involved in the whole process. Like it seems like it was more than a job for her. Like she really wanted to be part of this and make this successful. So
here comes 24-year-old Michael Patterson. He actually made the 5.5-hour drive to meet a 13-year-old for sex. Casey has been instructed to make certain the man is unarmed.
Hey!
Oh my God.
Look at that stupid grin on his face. Because you can tell driving there, he was like, fuck, what am I doing? Oh, no. And then right when she opened the door, he was like, oh, thank God. You know what I mean? Oh, woo! Oh, I was worried for no reason, But little do you know.
God.
You didn't really bring your gun with you, did you? Because that kind of freaks me out.
No,
Well, you said you always carry it with you.
it's in my car.
I don't believe you.
Seriously, look.
Lift up your shirt. Turn around. Lift up your pants.
You're killing me.
They should have just tackled him and tased him right there.
Pull your pockets inside out.
Come on.
Your other pocket.
My wallet. Chain. Come on, you gotta trust me. I don't have it on me here.
Yeah, you were on the phone. Yeah, I carry a gun. I'm Billy Badass. I'm super cop,
I got the okay to let him in the house.
All right, I guess I believe you. Okay, close your door. Come on in.
Quit being a weenie.
Quit being a weenie.
Oh, I wasn't sure. You said you always carried it with you. I wasn't sure because you said you always carried it.
He just continued to joke about it, and
Is he drinking like Squirt or like Mellow Yellow?
the cops and the security were, still keeping a really strong eye on him because you never know. So you're a cop, not a detective?
Detective, yeah. I'm a lieutenant.
Oh,
He's 24 and he's saying that he's not just a cop. He's a detective and a lieutenant. Uh-huh.
oh, okay. Gotcha.
So you're excited?
Yeah, I'm pretty
He said, okay, gotcha.
excited. Are you excited?
Yeah.
So, what do you want to do?
Where's your room at? Let's go through the house. Look at it. This is a huge house.
Yeah, it is pretty big. It's nice,
Oh my
though.
God. My hair's a mess.
So, Lieutenant,
What's up?
what are we investigating tonight?
Chris Hansen and his zingers, man. So, Lieutenant, what are we investigating tonight?
Nothing much.
What's your
He
plan
knows
here?
he's screwed.
I just drove down here to
And how long was the drive?
5.5 hours.
Now, what would motivate somebody to drive 5.5 hours to come here to this house?
I don't know, sir.
Well, you got to know. You're the one who did the driving.
I know.
Now, you're a lawman.
Now, here's the thing, guys. I read it in threads that he thought, okay, someone has a theory that he thought that Chris Hansen was a cop and he was going to use his cop, his thin blue line, like Blue Brotherhood to get out of this, right? But like I said, he's probably looking for a badge because he thinks that Chris Hansen is either a cop or her dad. But he's in a suit and he's calm. He's not beating the shit out of him. So he's like, okay, he's not her dad because he's not kicking my ass. So he has got to be a cop. So that's why he stuck to the cop lie.
So if you're doing the interview, what would you want to know most?
Basically, why was I here?
Yeah, why were you here?
I'm just, I'm just lonely. I don't have anybody and needed somebody to talk to.
You knew she was 13. She told you.
I was kind of worried about it. I told her she was 5 years older. I wouldn't mind talking to her.
But you kept talking anyway.
Yeah.
And you drove 5.5 hours.
You wouldn't know what to do with me. Am I supposed to know what to do with old men? Only with me. So this is funny.
I know. I'm sorry, sir.
It's funny. What do you think should happen to a police officer who gets caught doing something like this?
Well, really bad could happen.
How long have you been in law enforcement?
Just a year now.
Explain to me why somebody with apparently so much going on would take that risk. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me.
I'm going through a divorce partially.
So that makes it okay.
No, it's not okay. It'll never be okay.
Now, there's a couple of guys, there's more than a few, who've used the divorce defense. So I don't know if they're trying to garner sympathy from Chris, like man to man, like, oh, well, you know how it is, man. I'm going through a divorce, you know?
Not for anybody.
What do you suppose your chief's going to say about this?
He's going to be too happy.
Well, there's something you got to know. And it's I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet young teens online for sex.
I apologize, man to man.
This house is so big that the crew has so much room to maneuver. It's crazy. Like, usually, think about it. All the boom guy and the camera guy and all that, they have to like get past each other and like, jump and tuck and roll over Chris. But now this room, look at how big it is.
He gathers up all his belongings and heads to the door, apparently thinking the worst is over.
Here it comes, guys. Here it comes.
Because of the possibility that Patterson is armed, an officer acts more quickly than usual, calling out to him as soon as he opens the door.
Sheriff's office!
Patterson steps back into the house, and an officer shoots him with a taser gun. Only one probe stays attached, so the taser is unable to shock him and drop him to the ground.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't laugh. Guys, like I said in a previous video, I've been tased before for training for a previous job years and years and years ago. We had to get mandatory tased and pepper sprayed. You guys, it was not fun. Trust me. And the fact that this guy got partially tased and then ran, and you could actually hear the taser going again, so they were trying to get him some more. It's just, I'm sorry, it's just hilarious. And if it was happening to anyone else other than, a guy that was meeting a 13-year-old girl, I don't think that it would be funny, but it's this guy, so I reserve the right to laugh.
Once Patterson is cuffed, he's brought outside and taken away to the local police station. When officers search his car, they find a loaded gun.
There it is.
One in the chamber. A spare round of ammunition and handcuffs. Later, he agrees to waive his rights and answer questions.
I'd like to discuss with you why you're here.
Now we hear the truth about the man claiming to be a detective. He tells the agent that he was only on the police force for a few months as a trainee before he was thrown off.
So he was a trainee, so he never actually became like a full-fledged cop.
It's a traffic violation. I violated their SOP, their standard operating procedure.
He was out of his jurisdiction in his personal car using police lights.
I got some blue-red lights and I put them in my car. It was thrown out of court, so they dismissed me for that, but it was thrown out.
How long ago was that?
Just about like a month ago.
So he was in his personal car pulling people over. Now, guys, imagine how much of a piece of trash that you have to be to do that to people. The type of arrogance, the type of just evil that you have to be to be doing that to people. It's just insane.
But according to the local prosecutor, the case wasn't dismissed. He still faces the charge of impersonating a police officer. That wasn't his only run-in with the law. Patterson charged more than $1,400 on a credit card that had been mistakenly sent to him. He pleaded guilty to 1 count of theft, a misdemeanor, served 3 days in jail, and received 1 year probation.
Oh, he's a thief, too. I hate thieves, too, guys. I hate thieves. And, guys, it's Christmas time, so, guys, be careful with your packages and everything. You know, I know thieves like to steal your Amazon packages and stuff, so, guys, be careful.
So you had intentions to at least have oral sex with her.
Yeah.
And how old did she tell you that she was?
She said going on 14. I knew I screwed up talking to a girl that age. I knew. I'm not stupid. I'm not no creep.
Yeah, you are stupid, and yes, you are a creep. So, guys, there's actually a really, really long interrogation for this guy. And we'll actually do this. I know that I said in the last one that we do it in multiple parts, but this one is an hour long, so I think we're gonna actually have to do this one in multiple parts. And this was posted by Susan Bond, so thanks for that. And the audio is really, really good. This one, that's my issue with a lot of the interrogations, is that the audio is pretty bad. So, but let's just do like 10 minutes of this, and then we'll do a part 2.
You want Curtis to stay in here?
No, he can go. That's fine. Brought you water if you want something to drink there. Your name is Michael Patterson?
Yes.
Michael, my name is Ken Gillingham, and I'm an agent with the Kentucky Bureau of Investigation, and you're here at the Bowling Green Police Department. We'll turn on a tape recorder so that we have an accurate representation of what we talk about here tonight. Today's date is Sunday, October 21st, 2000.
Why do some departments only have them have their hands behind their back and some in the front? If anyone in the comments can let me know that, yeah, post that, because I was always interested in why that is. Maybe it's just like a rule that varies from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. I don't know.
2007. The time is now approximately 2:45 a.m. Present are Agent Ken Gillingham with the Kentucky Bureau of Investigation and Michael Patterson. Mr. Patterson, I've talked to you, and you do know that this tape recorder is being turned on to record our conversation.
Yes.
What's your full name?
Michael Joseph Patterson.
And what's your date of birth? What's your home address?
Skip ahead a little bit.
Still legally married?
Yeah.
Now she's
And
really
where are you
gonna
employed?
divorce you.
Well, nowhere as of the weekend. Well, I work through private investigation services. The card was in my wallet. I didn't know who that guy was that I was talking to, and I didn't give him accurate information. I was a police officer.
Okay. But you say you...
I do like private investigations.
Okay.
Through Lieutenant O'Day from Hebron Police. Lieutenant, just put Lieutenant O'Day Investigation Services. I just do that part-time right now because I go to school at Purdue.
And what type of private investigations do you do?
Just confidential, confidential, discreet investigations.
Now, what does that mean, you dummy? What type of investigations do you do? Confidential and discreet.
Give me an example.
Cheating,
Spouses,
insurance fraud,
workers' comp fraud,
workers'
things like
comp,
that.
yeah.
So you're not a sworn police officer.
I was with Hebron, and then that went down.
What happened there?
Oh, it was a traffic violation. I violated their SOP, their standard operating procedures. I went out and I got some blue red lights and I put them in my car. It was thrown out of court, so they dismissed me for that. But it was thrown out.
How long ago was that?
Just like a month ago. About a month ago.
So like I said it in the previous video, he was lying about that too. So he's trying to make it seem like he's telling the truth, but he's lying because that case is still ongoing with the traffic lights or whatever. With the lights in his car that got him dismissed from the police, that was ongoing. He just lied to this cop. This guy's a real piece of trash.
And do you have any children?
No.
Thank goodness.
Was it all right if I call you Michael?
Yeah.
Mike? What do you go by?
Mike.
Mike. Obviously, if you've been in law enforcement in the past, you're probably familiar with your Miranda warning, your statement of rights.
Yes.
And you know that before I can ask you any questions, I'm required to advise you of your rights. And the statement of your rights are you may remain silent, that anything that you say may be used against you in a court or other proceedings, that you have the right to consult an attorney before you make any statement or answer any question, and you may have your attorney with you during the questioning. You may request the court to appoint an attorney for you if you cannot afford to hire one, and you may stop the questioning at any time by refusing to answer any further questions or requesting to consult with your attorney. You understand those rights that I've read to you?
Yes.
Okay. Woods right there.
Damn, I don't know how they did that.
Okay, you've had the rights read to you and that you understand them. And then the second portion down here is a waiver of those rights. It says, having the above statement of my rights read and explained to me and fully understanding them, I hereby waive these rights at, the time is now 2:51 a.m. on October 21st, 2007, and I do this freely and voluntarily without threat or promise. Do you want to talk to me about why you're here tonight and try to get to the bottom of this situation?
I don't know if I'd have my attorney involved or not. I don't know.
That's up to you. I'd like to discuss with you why you're here, but that's entirely up to you.
What do you think he does, guys? What do you think he does? Drum roll.
We can discuss it.
You will? Okay. If you will, I need you to also sign right there.
So once again, guys, and this is going to be a common theme because I mention this every time. I really think that the hubris these guys have, like the arrogance, they really think that they're going to talk their way out of it. They honestly don't. I didn't do anything wrong, so I'm going to get them to understand that I didn't do anything wrong. So they waived their right to an attorney and the right to remain silent. And that really is something that's common with all these idiots that they arrest, is they really, really have this self-centered bravado that's just mind-boggling.
Did you get your water open?
Yeah, I got it.
And one other piece of paperwork to get out of the way. Obviously, you drove a vehicle down here. I think, was it a Pontiac?
Yeah, it was my
Grand?
car, 05, yeah, Grand Am.
What we would like to do, Michael, is do you have anything in the car? Weapons, drugs?
Just my 140 caliber. It's my gun. I've got my permit. I went over state line. I'm probably gonna get in.
Well, what we would like to do is get your consent to go out there and search the vehicle. If there's a weapon in it, we don't need to leave it in there. Somebody can break into it or whatever. So we would like to get your permission to go out there and retrieve anything out of your car that's not supposed to be in there.
Yeah.
And your car was brought down here at the Bowling Green Police Department. It's out back.
Okay. This damn zipper.
What year is your car? You say 2005?
Yeah.
Are his pants unzipped? What the fuck? What? What is he just talking about? Has he been sitting there with his pants unzipped the whole time? How did I miss that? I've watched this like 2 or 3 times in the last couple of weeks. Damn zipper, that's completely random.
Pontiac Grand Am?
Yeah, Grand Am GT.
And what color is it?
It's just silver.
2-door, 4-door?
2-door. That's the only thing they'll find in there is that my weapon and my school bag, my black bag.
And what will be in that bag?
Just my few
books.
school books and.
Again, your signature right there, and then your printed name and address underneath that. I'll hold this so it won't move for you.
This guy is what we call a mouth breather, guys. Everyone knows that one guy, either growing up, and it's usually a guy. Either you were in a study group in high school or in college or something, and he's always that. Or like maybe you were playing like, Call of Duty or Halo, and there's that one guy that was always breathing in his microphone. Hey guys, who wants to play? I'll go left. Like, dude, shut up, mute your microphone.
What's your screen name?
John Raven, John_Raven, 2000.
Okay. And you remember the screen name of the female that you were chatting with online?
Tatia something.
Tatia_pet13?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. When did you first start chatting online with her?
Just today.
Today?
I can't remember what time it was, probably 7 o'clock, somewhere around there.
If I tell you the log reflects about 4:39 p.m. this afternoon.
4:30, maybe, yeah, a little sooner.
So he started talking to her at 4:30, and then he said it was like 3 o'clock in the morning or something. Man, you've had quite the day there, Michael.
And were you working today when you did that, or
No,
you were home?
Yeah, I was online, yeah.
Were you on a home computer?
My laptop.
What type of laptop do you have?
Toshiba satellite. And it's actually in the car with me.
Your computer is in the car with you?
Yeah.
Okay. And You said
That's going into the evidence room. I hope you don't have any assignments, do you, knucklehead?
Toshiba satellite. You have satellite web
It's
service
this
for?
satellite wireless is what it is.
And who's that service through?
I have Netgear right there at Couch. Netgear.
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 Man, I haven't heard of Netgear. And I remember that. Guys, like, we have smartphones and tablets and stuff now with like Wi-Fi and like AT&T and all these people offer Wi-Fi now. It's crazy to remember Netgear and all these these places that offered the satellite stuff. Man, that takes me back.
And I know you had a cell phone with you when you came in too.
Yeah.
Did you chat on it on the way down, or did you call or talk?
I don't think I chatted with her.
You didn't instant message or anything when you were on the way down?
I think I did. I put like call me on there. I think that was the only thing I tried to get a hold of her with. I tried calling her, and then I couldn't get a hold of her, so I went through instant message on my phone, and then tried getting a hold of her that way.
Okay. Is the laptop the only computer that you have there at your house? You don't have a desktop or another
I have
laptop?
a desktop, yeah, but I don't even use that thing anymore.
What type of desktop is it?
I don't even know. It was my wife's.
Where's it located in the house?
It's right in my storage room.
And you're going to be sitting in the back seat of the car, and we're going to be driving, so when we sit you down in the bucket, you stay still.
You hear that cop giving some instructions to the other guy? I wonder what predator is in the room next to him that you can hear, because it's like the door opened and they're giving some instructions. I wonder if anyone's put like in chronological order who got busted, and we can guess and see who that is. That would be hilarious.
We don't have cages to do.
The storage room is inside your house, though.
Yeah. It's actually the second bedroom, but we don't have anything else besides like crap in that room, all my tools and stuff. And
You said you were going through a divorce. Does your wife still live there also?
no, she's living with her mom and dad in Crown Point.
Okay. Anyone else living there with you at this
No,
time?
just me.
Do you have any animals in the house? Dog,
No.
cat?
Fish.
And you said it's an apartment.
Yeah,
How many bedrooms are in the apartment?
just 2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to drive down here today?
A little over 5 hours. 5.5.
So that part of what you were saying out at the house was true.
Yeah.
And what was your reason for coming down?
I really didn't. Wasn't going to.
Right.
Wasn't going to what?
I wasn't going to come down here. You probably see on there on the conversations that I was weary of coming down here.
And yet you're already there. Why is that a defense? I wasn't gonna come down here. What's his name? The teacher with the Corvette. I forget his name. He said the same thing. I wasn't gonna come here. I was gonna go to like an aerospace museum, and then I was gonna go to the place where I bought my car. But I wasn't gonna come here. It's like, dude, you're there. What are you talking about?
What made you come? I mean, now's your time to explain your side of the situation. I'll be frank with you. I won't ever lie to you, and I expect the same consideration in return. And I'm going to ask you some questions that I'd like to have you answer. Why did you come down here tonight?
She's had a blowjob or something.
Yeah.
You see him trying to gauge, like, what exactly am I gonna tell this guy? What can I say to make it to kind of ease the blow? To no pun intended, but what can I say to make this not sound so bad? Screw it. I'll just go all in. A blowjob.
Chats, you talk about her sucking your dick. So you had intentions to at least have oral sex with her.
Yeah.
And how old did she tell you that she was?
She said going on 14.
I think she's going to be 14 in February or something, I believe.
Yeah.
And you knew that wasn't right,
I knew it wasn't.
but yet you came. Do you think anything else was going to happen after you got here? Gonna let nature take its course?
I was worried of coming in the house.
That wasn't the question he asked. You
I
knucklehead.
drove around for a little bit. I almost didn't come in.
Have you chatted with other people online before like this?
No. I mean, I've talked to people, older. But just friends,
What about other females? I'm sure you've chatted with other females online.
Yeah, never this young.
What would you say would be the next youngest person that you've chatted with?
18's the youngest.
18?
Yeah, I never would think
Do you
of
ever
doing
meet
it.
anyone else in person from your chats?
One.
How long ago was that?
I've met her a couple months ago. She's 20.
And where did she live?
She lives in Kokomo. Well, right now, Logan Sport with her mom and dad.
In Logansport?
Yeah, Logan Sport.
I'm assuming it's Logansport, Indiana.
Yeah, Logan Sport, Indiana.
And you remember what her screen name was?
Oh, God. It's such a bad headache. Or they hit me against the ground. I can't remember.
Or what her real name is? Her first name?
Oh, my God.
You remember, you liar.
Oh, man. What is her name?
When's the last time you chatted with her?
She called me today.
And yet you don't remember her name. Uh-huh.
My mind is not here. They tased the crap out of me, hit me against the floor. I can't.
Well, you ran.
I was standing there at the door.
He said, well, you ran. Like A plus B equals C, dude.
I don't even know. My mind's not here.
Just say, look, I don't want to ruin the potential to, get with this 20-year-old or whatever, so I'm not going to tell you. That's all he has to say.
Well, if she called you today, I mean, you had to know a name.
I think that they're saying the person's name, so they blot out the sound.
Which chat room?
That was a Yahoo chat
Yahoo.
room, yeah.
Is that pretty much where you usually chat?
Yeah.
And you say it was about 2 months ago?
Yeah, pretty close.
Anyone else?
Just vaguely, she was the main person I talked to.
Is she the only one that you met in person?
Yeah,
And how many times have you met with her?
twice. I just met her parents the other day.
So you went to where she was at. How far?
Ooh, so you met her, and then you met her parents, and then you went to meet a 13-year-old. Ah.
Or is Logan's Port from where
Just
you
an
live?
hour away.
You met her parents?
Yeah.
Mike, have you ever been in any trouble before other than what you told me earlier with
Not any of this crap.
the policy violations? And you sound like you said a traffic ticket or something? Or
That was a traffic ticket that was just, he didn't even turn it in with the blue and red lights.
what
Back
was that,
in,
like unauthorized use of emergency
I
equipment?
wasn't supposed to have it in my car, my personal car.
So he's saying that it's a traffic violation, but he was in trouble for impersonating a police officer. Those are two different things.
Back in 03, I had misdemeanor A. Stupid. Fuck, I'm stupid now. Misdemeanor A, it was for theft. I got a bank card through in the mail, and it was all on my information, my address and everything. They gave, bank, Citizens Bank, they gave me a PIN code access to it all. I went to the ATM because I had a savings with them, savings account, but I didn't have a checking. I thought that was for my savings, but I got stupid when I seen the balance. I got like $1,200. I settled with the restitution, $1,200 from that. And
So the card was actually on somebody else's account.
it was the account number was to another person's account, but it went all to my name and everything to my.
Now, how do you guys think that that's true? Wait a minute. He's saying that it was someone else's account number, but it was his name. Come on, man. You probably got the card, had the pin. It was like, oh, sweet, I'm gonna spend some money. Come on.
My address with the PIN number. On the card, it had my full name, Michael J. Patterson on it, and that was basically it.
And that was in 2003, and you said
2003.
what was the final result of it?
Misdemeanor A. It was a plea. I completed my probation and stuff, and
Made restitution.
yeah, paid all that back.
You say it was about $1,200?
Yeah.
Moron. All right, you guys, we'll have to stop it here. This has gone on pretty long, so we'll do part 2, and this is it'll be the last part of the interrogation here. But guys, like I said, this guy really gets me, because he was law enforcement at one point, and then he was, like I said, pulling people over in his personal car, right? And they didn't even go into what he was doing that for, but you know that it couldn't have been good, right? Then he's a thief and a liar and a pervert. So he's just an all-around piece of trash. So, all right, you guys, stay tuned for part 2. I hope you guys have a good holiday season, and I'm out of here.